This is a guide on how to use the filter line. What we're going to do is use the farrowing screen to start with. So we go into Sows and Bores menu and choose farrowing. At the moment there's no filter line showing. To bring up the filter line, we click on this button here, and you can now see we have this green filter line. The use for this is that we can now filter the data that we're looking at. For example, with live-born, let's say we want to have a look into poorer performing animals. You just right click in the live-born column and you can now choose any of these options. What we're going to do is choose less than, and we want to see anything that's had less than 5 live-born. Enter 5, click on OK, and it's now filtered it down, and we've got 35 animals that have had less than 5 live-born. To remove the filter and go back to the normal data input screen, again right click and choose clear filter, and then when you're finished click on refresh and it'll go back to the standard information with the latest event showing. You can also, on an event date field, if you again right click and you can choose any of these options, a particular date, you can choose the exact date, you can choose older than, newer than. So if we went for older than, you can say we want anything that's older than 100 days, and it'll show anything older than 100 days. Again, clear filter and click refresh. You can also choose between two particular dates. So if we click on between and we want to have a look at everything in July, we can choose the 1st of July to the end of July, click on OK, and you can see we've had 117 farrowings in this particular month. Another use for the filter line is in service. If you want to find a particular employee that has monitored a service that's been entered previously, you can just type into the filter line the name of that employee or the initials, and you can now see it's filtered it down to show 89 occurrences where JB has attended a service. And you can also filter by a second option. So if you wanted to see those that JB had been in attendance with and the Boar AI number was 7013, you just type that in and you can now see the information changing on screen. One final option to show you is within progeny, where it's quite useful. If we go to transfer, you can see all the various movements from location to location, number of pigs. Let's say you wanted to have a look at one particular location, you just type that location into the filter box, so location 5, and you can see that here are the 8 movements within this particular period, and you can also put a second filter on for a number of pigs or event date. And this filter line will show up in all data input options and also on many reports. So from within a report you can then filter down to see the exact animals that you want to see.